So Scoriox made the first 3D physical Illuvium card.
Yesterday, I stumbled across a video by a guy named Jazza, and he built the most awesome 3D Pokemon card I have ever seen. And so now, I'm going to build the first ever Illuvium 3D card to ever exist.
What a great idea.
It's going to be absolutely awesome. So I hope you stay through to the end and watch how we make this and what it looks like. I have no idea how it's going to come out, but I'm very, very excited.
Me too.
For this video, you will need some knives of some description, obviously being careful.
For this video, you will need some knives. Dude, why do you need knives? I'm just watching, man.
You'll need the artwork, some foam tape, cardstock. I prefer close to 300 GSM, but it's up to you. Some sort of clear plastic or paper sheets, and a glue stick. And I'm hoping that's all we're gonna need. Okay, so first things first, get your images onto the cardstock using glue, all right? And remember, I am using thick cardstock since the standard Pokemon card is about 300 to 350 GSM or 35 point if you are in the USA. I don't know why everyone's using different standards, but that actually caused me quite a bit of trouble. So that is what it is. So the first step of this entire process is to simply cut out the cards, okay? You cut them all out and you will need to make 3 of these. Now, obviously you don't necessarily need to put them all on the cardstock, and I'll show you why later, but the reason I did it this way is just to make my life easier, and if I needed the borders and things later, then I could do that. So it was just a part of my process.
Very satisfying to watch so far. Click, click, nice speed up.
After this, I made sure to do the same for the back of the card. As you can see, I drew inspiration from the Illuvatars and the back of them before you flip them over.
Oh, that's beautiful. Can't wait till we actually have them.
Don't put this on the cardstock as well. I almost made this error and I almost kicked myself for doing it, and that's why I made duplicates of everything. But rather, you've got to glue it onto the back of one of the other cards so that you don't double the thickness accidentally. You don't need a 700 GSM cardstock for the back of your card. As I was attaching them together, I realized my fatal mistake in this entire project. There is a reason I haven't used glue since I was 7. It sucks. It's messy, it doesn't stick very well, it's very painful to use, and it just gets everywhere. It's like that Anakin meme. You know the one I'm talking about.
It's coarse, rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
The next thing I did was I made sure to cut the Scoriox out of one of the cards. Now I left the base on there. That was more out of convenience. I did kind of want to make that a bit more 3D, but I didn't in the end. But basically it took me over 20 minutes to cut Scoriox out of the card, and you can see the frustration start to set in. You can see the moment right here after I did the initial outline that I realized this entire video was probably a big mistake. I hope you guys are enjoying this one.
It's a great video, even if you
future attempts at this, and I plan on doing it again. Leave a comment down below if you want me to do it again, maybe with a different alluvial. The primary thing I will change is not only having to cut out the cards, but obviously the whole glue situation, but basically I will try and get an external company to maybe laser cut the cards and all that sort of stuff, but I get some really crisp edges.
But isn't Scoriox like how's it called? Like a graphic designer or whatever? I'm sure there is his real title is way more elaborate, but he's doing design work, right? He could have just removed the background on this one. Even if it's white or whatever, the point probably of cutting it out is actually having it cut out. All right, never mind me.
Just some really clean cards, and it's really easy for me to assemble later on. Now, as you can see, the glue got everywhere. Everything got dirty, the back of the card, the front, the clear plastic. But as you can see, at the end, I almost managed to pull it off. For the next layer, you will need a border and the head of Scoriox. This really enhances the 3D effect with going with 3 layers instead of just 2, and it's a really big difference, and this is probably the part I was the most happy with in this entire thing.
That's so cool. Really nice idea.
The other problem I had was that the foam dividers were way too wide, and they were way wider than the actual border I created on my card. And in the future, I'll have to plan this a lot better and make sure the border actually matches the width of the equipment. Since I made the images in Figma and then put them in Illustrator, it was actually really difficult for me to resize things, but I will do things a little bit more properly in the future.
Hey, good first try, I believe. But let's wait for the outcome. So you just elevate the different layers, so it gives that 3D effect, I guess.
As you can see, besides the clear roughness
wow.
and dirtiness, the effect is actually quite cool.
That's huge.
Lastly, you
with
need
the
to
third
cut
layer,
and
just
place
with the
clear
hat.
plastic sheet above everything and glue it down. Yet another reason glue was a dumb idea. Double-sided tape from now on. Always double-sided tape. Glue sucks.
Glue is bad!
The intent was to glue the stage and tier on the outside of the clear panel, but once again, the glue just didn't stick. They were too thin, they kept sticking to my hands, and it just really didn't work out. But here is the card. I hope you guys like it. I hope you think it does something interesting. I'll put it right up against the camera. I think it actually looks pretty cool. You can see the 3D effect really coming through there. You've got a bit of trimming on the bottom there because of the way the border I had to set up.
Well done, my
white
friend.
actually is kind of cool, but you can see that the card actually came out pretty nice, and this will be a memento for my first attempt at a video that really isn't my style. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want the images and the things I created, I might be able to give it to you. Shoot me a message on Discord or jump into the Wildfire Discord, and I might be able to help you out.
Hey, I think you should do more videos like this. This was amazing.